All right, we are officially live, and today we are going to be doing an update on, well, how the gurus out there, there's some new ones out there, by the way, that, they might just be lying to you or lying to all of us when it comes to what it really takes to grow a small channel, but more importantly, that what they're not telling you. And that's what I really, really want to focus on here today. The one video that we posted in January was about the YouTube gurus. And since then, there's been a lot more that have come on the scene. But what I want to do today is not necessarily bash those guys or girls because they just might not even know. But the thing is I think that we all need to be aware of what's reality of what we're doing here. You're creating content on a regular basis. You are posting videos on a regular basis. Hopefully you are. And if you are, and you're trying to get to monetization and you're thinking, if I get to monetization, I'm going to be able to make $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month. I could leave my 9 to 5 maybe. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's super risky. And we got to be careful with that. And I want to give you what I would be doing if I was starting over again, but also just some things to be aware of. So this way here, when you're setting out on this quest to be a YouTuber or to go out there and start, posting videos to get to monetization, that there's really a lot more that you need to understand about this. It's not just about getting views. It's not just about getting subscribers. And I got one story I'm going to share with you today. Scotty, remind me on this, of a guy that's doing pretty well. I think he's got like 60 or 70,000 subscribers. He's been growing pretty well. His videos get about anywhere from 7,000 to 20,000 views. And you would think he's making a good amount of money. And honestly, for the amount of work he's putting in, not making as much money as he should be. And it's very, very risky. So with that all being said, Scotty, I think I've teed it up pretty well. Yeah. The video that we shot is one of our most popular videos. And we're going to talk about that, but also, why don't you clue people in on what also we're doing here today that they might not be familiar with. And today is a Monday, and today is something that we do every single Monday now.
Yeah, so what you're referring to is how we're batch recording. So this is something that I don't remember exactly who, but you got the idea from a while ago once you were using brand creators for. And the idea is this, guys, and this is exactly what we're doing. We do this every Monday. So if you're new here or you haven't tuned into the live, this is what we're doing. We have 3 topics that we're focusing on. Okay, that first topic is the one we're talking about right now, which is we're talking everything with the gurus. The whole title is that first part of the live. Okay, we're treating this like it's its own individual video. A lot of people jump on a live and instead they try to engage with the chat, which we're still engaging with the chat, but they try to make it like a live. We're making it like an optimized video, which is the difference. Okay, now on the back end of that, that's the first topic. We have 2 more topics, and we could pick more if we wanted to, if we want to go for longer, but we're picking 2 more that we can, talk about and have a solid point on. And those 2, we already have a title for, we already have the thumbnail idea for, and we're going to tee up in this. So you're going to see during this live stream, we're going to stop talking about the guru stuff at one point, and then we're going to go into the next one. We're even going to probably say, hey, we're going to take a time out here. I'm going to tee up the next one, and we're going to go into that. And we're going to shoot 2 additional videos, okay? 2 additional videos that will be repurposed on Wednesday and then Friday. So really, why do we do this? We can get an hour of, right now, an hour and a half of live in, but we're getting a total of 3 videos. 1 that's today, the live, and then 2 that are individual ones that we'll cut out and we'll crop and whatever and post out on Wednesday and Friday. So we're doing an hour and a half of work for 3 videos instead of doing all individual videos. So number 1, it saves time. Number 2, it already is, it's all in one place, right? So when I go to edit, it's all there in one place. I don't have to worry about going all these different places where it's there, okay? Mm-hmm. And the key thing, which I think if you struggle with talking on camera, this is going to be crucial for you, is there's no thinking. You just got to go, right? When you're on live, you just got to go. You got to talk. There's no, I mean, and you can mess up. You're going to hear he'll probably mess up a couple times, but he just keeps going with it. That's it, because you're on a live, all right? You're treating it a little bit different than you setting up your camera and hitting record and messing up. And then when you mess up, you got to redo it again and redo it again. Like, instead of that, take that all out. You try to shoot it all in one shot on your live. And then later on, if you need to cut out some parts, you can. But you'll notice, because you're on a live, a live part of it, it's going to make you want to keep going. It's not going to make you want to stop. So that's kind of the whole strategy behind what we're doing with this. And I see someone said, yeah, that's genius. Most people do shorts off their ones, but we leverage the long form. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, so this is a standalone in itself. Like, so when you do a live, that's what we're saying. Like, this is a live, but immediately as soon as we're done, this live turns into a dedicated video. So you're going to get reach on that. You're going to get views on that. But the cool thing is we also get to do this with a live audience. And if you don't have a live audience, it still doesn't matter. You can still do this and treat it as though you are live. So that way there you don't start and stop. With that all being said, we've already covered all of that, Scotty. We got to get into today's topic. All right. We can't go too hard on this. All right. So in the description, we will leave the video that we did on this content strategy. So if you want to go watch that where we break it down, we'll link that up in the description. But just so you guys know, we're doing it again here today. So you that are here every single week and you're kind of seeing what we're doing here, you're getting to witness another live stream, but also another content session. So here we go. Let's go ahead and let's dig in, Scotty. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to go through my notes, because I think we all should have notes. If we're doing this, this is part of that strategy where I'm going to be prepared. So here's the deal. Today, we are going to be talking about the YouTube gurus out there and how they are lying to small creators, and not just lying. They might not know that they're lying. Some of them do, but some of them don't. Some of them just aren't aware because they might have had like something take off and now all of a sudden they're a YouTube expert. We've never claimed to be a YouTube guru or a YouTube expert. What I have claimed to do is build multiple businesses, 6- and 7-figure businesses on the back of YouTube. So I understand the platform. I've been on the platform, I think 4 years after it launched. So I've been on there a long time. I've seen a lot that has happened. I've seen how it's evolved. But my thing is I am not going to sit here and tell you to post videos, to get views, to get to monetization, and that is the strategy. If that's your strategy, that's totally fine. I just want you to be aware that that is not a sustainable thing, because usually the content, especially nowadays, it's going to have a short shelf life until it gets into search. And if you have stuff that is search related, we have some right now that is generating really good traffic from things that we've done 9 months ago. But a lot of times you're posting something to try to get views today. And if you get views today and you're monetized, you'll get paid for those views. The problem is that the YouTube monetization is all over the place. You ask anybody, all right, that it's like, you're going to get paid today. Maybe you'll get paid $5 per 1,000 views. And then maybe in a month from now, you might get $10 per 1,000 views. And then a month from then, you might get $2 per 1,000 views. So you might get a $500 a month. You might have an $800 a month. You might have a $200 a month. So it's just going to fluctuate. And what I want to do is I want to help you prevent that, and also just to make you aware of it. If that's the path you want to go down, cool, go down that path. All right. Now, with that being said, let's kind of dig into some of these bullet points that I have here that I want to remind you. And I'm actually reminding myself because that's why I have bullet points. All right. But most of the gurus out there are teaching that strategy, right? Get views, get subscribers, and get to monetization. I'm here to tell you that those gurus that are saying that are basically just telling you to do that. So this way here, you will do that and they can keep creating content on you doing that, if that makes sense. It's like, it's this cycle. Okay. The other thing is there's more gurus out there, so-called gurus. There's more now than ever. When I started entering this space, Scotty and I, when we started this channel 12 months ago, there wasn't as many people that were talking about small creators, small channels. And when we got a little bit of traction, it was like over 40. I was like, probably, I'm not going to say the first, but I was one of the first that started going down the road of over 40. And then all of a sudden, boom, a whole bunch of people came on, and that's totally fine. But then there's a whole bunch of this competition where everybody's just copying each other. Okay. And you've probably seen it. but there's more gurus out there teaching the YouTube AdSense strategy, right? Like that's the thing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is a lot of those people have never built businesses. They've just never done it. Now, they might have had a video that popped, and now all of a sudden they're like, let me show you how to build a YouTube channel and get a lot of views. But they only had a handful of videos that did that. Now, you might look at our channel and go, yeah, but you're not getting a ton of views right now either. No, but if you look back at all of our catalog, we have a bunch that did. And let me take it one step further. If you look at another channel that I built, Brand Creators, years ago, you can't really see it much now because we kind of stopped posting, but that channel is over 100,000 subscribers and has done multiple seven figures, not from AdSense. So I've done this before, so I understand the business side of it. All right. So here's the deal, and I'm calling BS on this, is when you hear someone basically talking about getting views, getting subscribers, and getting monetized, and that is your revenue goal and your revenue strategy, I would run. Okay. Because they're not telling you the whole truth. There's actually someone right now, and I'm not going to mention her name, but I did a video probably 6 months ago now. And I basically congratulated this person for getting some traction and getting some views. And then I also said, but I just want to put out there that if I was her friend, giving her advice, someone who's done this, I would warn her to start creating other revenue sources and start building that email list. And I did that. And if you would go back and watch that video and now see what's happening with her channel and what she's done, it's kind of went, yeah, that was a fart sound. Sorry. So yeah, that's what's happening. All right. Not that I'm not going to say like I know everything, because I don't, but I have seen stuff like that happen. And that's why I'm just trying to create a video, even like today, to warn you of that. Okay. And just be careful of that. All right. So that's the BS thing. Get that BS meter ready, because there's going to be a lot of people out there that are just saying like, here's how to get more views. Here's how to get more subscribers. Here's how to click this button to get more views. Here's how to get this, this hack to get like, if that's all that you're producing. Now, we've created some of those videos. We have, but we've also realized that, okay, there's only so much that we can do. We're going to stop doing that now. We're going to start focusing more on the business side of things. Okay. And we've paid a little bit of the price because our views have gone down, but that's okay, because I'll give you a little insider here. We actually made as much as the month before, if not a little bit more. I'd have to go back and look, with less views. Okay. Because we're building a business on the back end. All right. Now, with that being said too, I just want to throw this out there. If you are thinking to yourself, well, Scott, this all makes sense. I want to figure out a strategy to have that's more sustainable. We created something that we call the 100K roadmap. This is what we have followed. I followed it for years, but it's what we've followed here on this channel. If you'd like a copy of that, it's 18 pages long. If you'd like a copy of that, just put 100K in the comments and we'll send you a copy of that. All right. Just 100K in the comments and we'll send it to you. 18 pages, totally free. All right. So if you want that, put that in there. So again, if all you're hearing and seeing is views, subscribers, monetization, views, subscribers, monetization, those gurus are just basically going to keep creating content that talks about that, because they know that that is what you want. I'm here to tell you, yes, views can be important. Subscribers, not so much. Not saying it's not a cool metric and it's not something you want to achieve, but it doesn't pay the bills. Okay. Yes, subscribers can see some more of your videos when you post them, but honestly, they only see a small percentage of those. If you look at your analytics, you'll see that there's a lot of people that are watching your videos that aren't subscribed. So do they really matter? Not so much. Getting to the 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. Yes, we want to do that. We did that in 89 days. But is that the goal that we're going for? No. What it is good for is this channel has earned $10,000 in AdSense money, and we built an email list of over 11,000 people that we generated over $100,000 from that email list. See the difference there? So that $10,000 that we brought in that actually, we got paid to build our email list, which if you've ever been in business before, to acquire a customer or even a lead on Facebook, it's going to cost you 5, 10, some cases $30+. We have one of our students who's a fitness coach, spends $35 to acquire a lead, $35 on Facebook ads. All right. So I just want to lay that out there. The other thing is if you're going down the road of views, subscribers, watch time hours, if that's the road you are going down, I am going to warn you, because that is a content trap that is going to lead to burnout. It's going to lead to burnout. It's guaranteed it's going to lead to burnout. You're going to feel, how do I know? Because it was me. All right. It was me. I was feeling that. And that's why now what we do and what we're doing right here today is we are creating content in an hour block. So this hour that we're going to do this live stream, we're going to have 3 different topics, and 2 of these other topics are going to come out as their own dedicated videos. So this way here, I'm not needing to create content every single day or even 3 days a week. I can sit down and do it once and then go ahead and we can cut it up and we can go ahead and put it out there as our steady, consistent content. Okay. So that's the burnout trap. They don't tell you about that. I'm here to tell you it's real. I've faced it. I've dealt with it. And honestly, on this channel, I started to feel it again. That's why we now went back to what I was doing in my other brand, which was this 1-hour content strategy where we show up, we're prepared. I've got 3 topics all outlined and bullet pointed, and we just show up and record. I can't start and stop. That's the cool thing about this. That's that whole strategy. So I will say this, if you are serious about creating a full-time income or even a solid part-time income using YouTube, I would definitely recommend grabbing a copy of our 100K YouTube Creators Business Plan, because it's going to walk you through what it really takes to build a sustainable business. And if you are a coach or course creator and you're watching this, then you know that leads are the lifeblood of your business. And we've pivoted our channel to focus on helping online coaches, course creators, consultants, even founders to utilize this traffic source, YouTube, without getting tons of views, and how to turn them into qualified leads. We actually did a full workshop on this where we basically taught it to a private group of about 35 to, I think it was 38 people. And we taught it to those guys in 2 hours, our flywheel strategy. We also turned it into a 20-page playbook. If you'd like that, just comment leads down below. All right. Just put leads down below and you can get access to that. All right. So with that all being said, Scotty, I think I made my point here, but we just want to be totally upfront with you that we are not going to sit here and tell you get views, get subscribers, get watch time hours, get to monetization, and then life is good and you're monetized and you're going to make a boatload of money, because that's not the case.
No, don't want to be on the hamster wheel. I mean, we've found ourselves falling into that a little bit, and it was it's tough once you're in that. And honestly, the stress it is to, you need to hit a certain amount of views and stuff. And now it's like, we don't feel that stress. Now it's like, I don't care if we only get 500 views, because we could get 5 leads from that could lead to our business. Right. The other thing that you kind of mentioned earlier is, a lot of these gurus or whatever, is they're starting just to do the same thing and they're just copying each other. And it's literally the same thing. And so I actually was looking the other day, and even just our content, right? So we do, like, originally we were all YouTube growth content. If you just look up anything with YouTube growth, you can put any title in, any title you want of ours, right? Guarantee you're going to see 10 of the same exact title, if not more. You're just going to see a bunch. And I saw it the other day. It's literally the same one. And there's hundreds of people doing the same exact, they're not even trying to disguise it. They're doing the same exact title and just trying to rip each other off. And everyone now is a guru. Like, it's annoying too. And it's also like, I feel like that kind of helped our pivot as well, is like, we're like, everyone's just copying the content. I don't want to be like that. I don't want us to look like we're copying anyone or anything. Like, we want to be original. And I get it gets tough out there to understand who's real and who's not because everyone's doing the same thing. So also that kind of contributed to our pivot a little bit of like, this is something that, yeah, down the road, someone's probably going to copy us too. They're going to do that. It is what it is. Right. But the thing is, we can back it up with the results and you know, all the clients we've worked with and you know, testimonials and all of that, where a lot of people can't, right? They can't say that they've built, you know, multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses on the back of YouTube, right? There's only a handful that's going to be able to do that. And a handful is going to be able to explain how to do that. Right. And so, yeah, as far as like the gurus right now in our space, their biggest thing is they're going to try to show you how to get to monetization, get views, get subscribers, get whatever. And I guarantee their biggest way of doing it is literally just ripping people off and copying them word for word. We had 3 or 4 people, I'm not going to name them, 3 or 4 people that took one of our microviral videos. And one of the guys didn't even change the intro. He said word for word, like, and it was stuff that like no one would say. You said something, Dad.
No, I know what it was. It was in the very beginning of that video. I said, all right, I'm going to ruffle a few people's feathers here, but I don't care. He said the same damn thing.
The same exact thing, the same title, the same thumbnail,
crazy,
everything identical. And then wait,
and he used a whiteboard.
I was going to say, let's do one better. Guys, if you know us, we started with a whiteboard in here.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, yes,
I got to bring that back.
That use whiteboards, absolutely. Okay. But in our space, there wasn't a lot of people doing that when we started. Okay. And not to mention a little handheld one. Usually it's one on like a wall or something, right? No. When I say, and if you guys do some digging, you'll know exactly who we're talking about. In his video where the guy copied the intro and all of that, the whiteboard had everything written on there exactly the same.
Yep. TTH too. T plus T plus H.
Which
that was my little formula.
TTH, by the way. We coined TTH.
Yeah.
And that's how I know it was stolen because no one's done that before.
It's crazy.
And the guy's account's only a couple months old. So completely took our stuff. But again, number one, it's like, okay, that's great and all. He's teaching you how to get views and stuff like that. And we were doing that too. But that's not, honestly, that's not our ideal audience anymore. Like, yeah, we want to help you get some views and stuff, but the right views. So that might be only 500 views. It might only be 200 views if it's the right views though. Right. Where these guys, instead, they're teaching you how to go viral, how to do this, how to do that. Like, and now we were never trying to teach anyone how to go viral, but all that to say, like, once you get to a certain point, you're going to start seeing like you said, you can cause burnout because if you're just chasing views, I mean, or to the back, if you're chasing AdSense, there is only one way you're making more money with AdSense. And what is that?
More views.
So you're chasing views. So the month, like you said, that you don't have as many views, what happens to your AdSense? Okay, that's only one thing. You could have the same amount of views, if not more, but the ad spenders, they spend less on their ads. So you get cut. Like, this is all things that happen that the gurus out there, they don't tell you that. They're just telling you, oh yeah, go viral, get 100,000 views. Look, I made $20,000 this month, blah, 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 blah. Right. And showing fake accounts and all that. Right. Just to get people to look at their stuff. But like, this has been going on for a while, and it's in every niche too. People are always doing this, and they're staging all this stuff. Go faceless, do this. It's always the new thing. If you notice that, right? This is the new thing right now. I guarantee there's people out there saying, "Hey, do AI of this, and you're gonna go, you're gonna make $100,000 a month," and just all these unrealistic things, right? But and I'm not saying we're better than anyone else, but the one thing we do that a lot of creators don't do is we are fully transparent with what we say. So like, if you guys remember, we do income reports on here. We show you our spreadsheets of everything we make. Name another creator, look at them. Yeah, name another creator that, yeah, they're still up. Name another creator in our space that's doing that. I haven't found any. Instead, they might say, hey, yeah, and they don't show the date, but they're like, yeah, I made 10,000 in a month, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, cause I've even done this and I've paused their stuff and looked at it and it says like 2022 and it's like old stuff, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're all about transparency. A lot of these gurus, you got to be careful. And I'm not saying it's everyone, but you got to
Well,
be careful out there.
I don't want to seem like we're saying that everybody out there is misleading, because they're not. All
No.
I'm saying, all I want to do is I want to make sure that you are aware of how to make money on YouTube and it be sustainable.
Yes.
Like, it's not passive income. Nothing is passive income, because it needs to be, number one, consistent. The stock market is not passive income. You can lose 20,000 one day and gain 20,000 the next. So I just want people to be aware. And also I want to educate people on business, right? If you're a coach or a course creator right now, actually let us know that in the comments right now. Are you someone that either is a coach, a course creator, a consultant, or wants to be? Let us know that in the comments. All right. If you're not, I would encourage you to start building an audience of people that you can help. And that could be help play piano, guitar, garden, cut lawn, right? Ice sculptures, like whatever it is. There's an audience out there that you can build, that you can sell a product to, or get sponsors to want to be on your platform, and they'll pay you for it. So that's what we're talking about, is we are really, really wanting to help the people out there that are either business owners or people that want to be business owners. All right. And that's why the 100K roadmap, if you go through that, it will show you that. It will show you the revenue, the different revenue sources. One of them is AdSense, but that's just one of many. All right. So anyway, I don't want to beat this thing to death, but I did want to just bring this up just to let you guys know we are doing this, so you are aware, and just to understand what it takes to really make and create a business. Or if you're not thinking to yourself like, oh, I don't want to create a business, well, that's fine. But you're going to have to understand that your income is, even if you have a business, it's going to go up and down, but you have more assets out there, revenue assets, versus it just being one relying on AdSense. And that's it. So just something to think of. So Michaela here says, starting soon with a cleaning coaching business. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, urban family community coach. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, awesome. So that's what we wanted to share with you guys there in that little segment. If you guys are just tuning in, this is part of our weekly content sprint. This is what we do. This is how we are able to create 3 different pieces of content in an hour. And that also allows us to post consistently over the course of the week. If you're posting once a week, you could literally do one of these live streams, or just a session where you don't stop, because that's the key, is you don't stop. You start and you don't stop. And then you could cut up 4 different videos. Now, we're not talking about like you create this long video and then you chop it all up and create shorts and you create all this stuff. That's not what we're talking about. This is strategically done. So we are going to stop here in a second, and we are going to do our next segment. That next segment is going to be its own video. And the one question that we get a lot of times, or pushback, I should say, is people say, why would someone want to watch that video again? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute here. We are, let's see, we're 28 minutes in right now. Our average retention on a live is about 14 minutes. So right now, a bunch of people have not seen this far in the video, and some people are never going to see this video. So the thing is we're actually doing our audience a favor, because they don't have to watch an hour. They can just watch that 8-minute clip or that 12-minute clip. But we're strategically setting it up with it's what we call our perfect video formula, which is basically we have our title, which is then going to lead into our intro hook. Then it's going to lead into the content. We call this our content sandwich, where we have our part 1, we have our CTA, and then we have our part 2, and then we finish off with next steps. All right. That is what we're going to do right here, right now. And you're going to see exactly how it's done. Then afterwards, we can take that video, we can package it up, and we go ahead and we have a nice little video that can be its own thing. So anyway, any questions on that, drop them in the comments for us. We'd love to see that. Also, if you are a coach or course creator and you are watching this before August 6th, which is in a couple of days, we are going to be kicking off our Steady Leads Accelerator beta cohort. This is where we're going to be working with, right now there's 8 people that are in this group. We're only allowing up to 10. So there's 2 spots left. And what we're doing is we're going to be working with them for 6 weeks to help them install their own Steady Leads flywheel using the strategy that we've kind of talked about here, but we're going to go a lot deeper, and we're going to help them build everything out. We're going to help them install it, and we're going to work with them for 6 weeks. If you're interested, you can just send an email over to scott@livevideoschool.com. Just send it over to scott@livevideoschool.com. And from there, just put in there, you can just put in cohort, you can put in interested, coaching, whatever, just so we know that that's what you're interested in. Then we can send you over the details. There is going to be a small, short application to fill out to make sure that you're the right fit for this program. Because, excuse me, you will need to have something that you're selling currently. So that's that. So, all right, I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm going to get rocking and rolling here.
Yeah. While you do that, I'm going to answer a couple things real quick. Love this. Thrive After 40 with Misty. She treats people with hair loss and sells her products along with telehealth, trying to figure out how to do coaching. Awesome. Well, if you haven't downloaded the Leads workshop, or the Flywheel workshop, I should say, but just comment Leads. It's also in our description. That's going to be perfect for you. Because the biggest thing is first getting all those leads in, which I'm assuming do you have an email list? Let us know if you have an email list. But that's something that we do talk a little bit about coaching as well, and how you can kind of start getting into that. Because I mean, it definitely is a pivot, but we have a couple people right now that we've even talked to that even we have a couple music teachers, or like piano teachers, even guitar, that, you know, we've even talked to them about before even doing like a training, just offering some one-on-one coaching and stuff is an easy way to kind of start getting into that. Plus you get a bunch of testimonials off of that. So yeah, awesome. List of 1,100, but you need to reboot it. Yeah, that's fine. Even right now, if you just start, I mean, I don't know how often you're emailing them, if you are or not, but even just weeding out the people who aren't interested anymore, and just kind of using that as your base, and just start going from there, and then start collecting leads. That's awesome. But
yeah,
great.
I would say also, if you want, send us over an email, scott@livevideoschool.com, and we can send you over the details. I mean, you might be a good fit for our Steady Leads Accelerator, because the funny thing is like we're helping people get steady leads, but I've had, because we do like a one-on-one onboarding call where we also do like a kickoff, and I talked a lot about their offer, positioning it, and then email. So yeah, if you're interested.
And also, I'm just curious, is anyone in here, this Misty, you can answer this as well, who's new to our channel? And when I say new, like recently came across our channel, maybe this is your first live, I'm just curious. And again, I know we said this earlier, but if you are a coach or a course creator, let us know that as well. Reason we keep asking this, guys, is because, we just started going through a little bit of a pivot. We want to kind of see, are we starting to get people in that are new, that are coaches, course creators? Are we targeting the right audience in our content? We want to start seeing what's going on. Yeah, see, Music Promotion Network said first live. Nice. Awesome. Which I think they said they help promote people's music, which is awesome.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. So author,
I appreciate the feedback, guys. Appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, course creator and coach, but I'm not going to be finished with my first course until August 18th. It comes out. One thing I would recommend on you is I would pre-sell that before. Like, that's one thing that I've been doing over the years, and I don't do it any other way. Even with our upcoming 6-week cohort, it's all pre-sold. So basically, when people are joining or enrolling, requesting to join, and then being approved, and then coming in, they're coming in without a course being created. We're going to do this on the fly. So my recommendation would be, don't wait, start selling that thing.
Mm-hmm. One more thing before we go into our next thing, Misty, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Do you remember what video brought you in first?
Oh yeah. That's a
good
question.
Reason I'm asking again, was it one catered towards subscribers, views, any of those that we were posting before?
Yeah.
Or was this right around our pivot time where it's more business related? And besides that, are you looking forward to more of our content about the business side of it rather than just the views and stuff like that? Again, this is you guys helping us out with this is crucial because we're trying to, again, target our right audience and help best we can. But thank you for coming up to your first live, or our first live. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
All right, we got to dive in. I know we got
content to create. We got content to create here. So put me full screen. Let's get ready to rock here.
Oh, been watching since brand creators. Look at that. Sorry, we got a lot of fans, man. We got a lot of fans.
Lullaby Lodge. Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, cool. So
I'm gonna switch you over. Oh, last thing, Dad. I'm sorry. I'm a little talkative. First day back at work, man. I've been talking all day.
you oughta pipe it down then.
I'm a PE teacher, if you guys didn't know. While he's going right now, while he's like taking over the screen, I'm gonna be in the chat. So if you guys have any questions going on, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer them.
Yeah. And here's what I'm going to do real quick, guys, just to set the stage so you guys can see this in real time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen real quick. All right. And I want to show you. Okay. So you can see right here. Let me go ahead and bring this in right about there, I guess. So right here, guys, this is what we already covered. So this is my outline. This is what I did this morning. This is what we're going to be doing next. This is the next chunk right here. All right. And then this is my last chunk is right there. All right. And actually it goes a little bit further. Okay. So I just wanted to show you this because that's part of this process. And we might even do like a dedicated workshop to just this. Let us know in the comments if you would like us to do, it would probably be, it wouldn't be a free one. It'd be under $100, but we would basically do a workshop where we would spend maybe a couple hours going through this process and helping you create your own content strategy using this model. So let us know in the comments. Just say, I don't know, content. Just say content if you'd be interested in doing that, or workshop, one or the other. All right, let me go ahead and let's get full screen here again. And I am going to get ready to rock and roll. So here we go. All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you the only 5 tips that you need to sell anything on YouTube. Now, I know that if you are a coach, a course creator, a consultant, someone that sells something, you are probably on YouTube because you want eyeballs, you want traffic. And what I want to do is I want to give you 5 things, little tips that can help you and that are super important, and things that I've used over the years to sell 6 and 7 figures worth of products, courses, and all of that stuff. So let's get into it. The very first thing, see what I did there? I got right into it. Well, that's what we want to do, is we want to get right into it when we are recording videos and not waste our audience's time. So the first thing, focus on the specific niche and the problem or lesson that you are helping them with. So that video, it really has one purpose. I see a lot of times people will create a video and they try to cover a whole bunch of different topics. It turns into a massive undertaking for that person to consume. And that's fine. You can have some of them if you want to. I like to keep it really, really narrow and very, very specific. So this way here, we have a piece of content that educates them and helps them, and they walk away going like, wow, they didn't waste my time. They gave me valuable information. So the very first thing is that video should focus on one specific niche. Hopefully you're already doing that. And then from there, what is that one problem, or what is that one lesson that you're going to give them? In this case, this video right here is going to help you sell more of your stuff, whether that's a course, whether that's coaching, whether that's consulting. It's going to help you if you follow these 5 things. All right. So the second thing, title. I had to say it 3 times. It's that important. The title can't just be this generic kind of, it's okay. I might want to click on it. It has to grab the attention, right? You're watching this video because the title grabbed your attention. The only 5 video tips you need to sell anything on YouTube. So that right there, you're thinking to yourself, the only 5 video tips, aren't there more? I need to know what these are, right? That's why you would click in. So it's not just like how to sell more on YouTube. That's kind of boring. And also another little side tip here in titles, what works really well is listicles. So in this case, I'm covering 5. So now you're like, okay, I got number 1. We're talking about number 2. There's going to be 3 more. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to cover those next. But before I do, because the titles are so darn important, any student of ours, any client of ours, the very first thing we're doing is we're getting laser focused on the niche, but then we are targeting through an outlier title. An outlier title is basically a title that's been proven to work, whether it's in your niche or outside of your niche. And we put together a list of 10 of our top outlier titles. And if you would like to receive a copy of that swipe file, just put hooks in the comments down below. Just put hooks in the comments down below and I'll send you that swipe file, which by the way, we also turn those into templates and there's 3 to 4 examples for each of those titles. So once again, if you want that, just put hooks in the comments and we'll send you that right away. All right. So moving on to number 3, the intro hook. Extremely important because we need to capture attention. In this video, it was really simple. What I did in the very beginning was I told you exactly what the title was that it brought you in with. So I basically said in this video, I'm going to share with you the only 5 video tips that you need to sell anything on YouTube. So the title, if you already noticed, is the hook in itself. So the other thing that you can do is you can then state a problem, or you can state something that you discovered, like a big discovery, or you could talk about controversy. That always works well because you're going against the grain. And a lot of times people want to know, why are you going against the grain? We did one of our top videos and it's about things that the gurus are saying and they're lying about. And I basically came right out on video and I said, this video is going to ruffle some people's feathers. And I don't care because I need to get this message out there to small creators like you. So immediately I said, I'm going against them and here's why. And then you're kind of leaning in going like, I wonder what he's going to talk about. So that's how I was able to hook the audience there. So you always want to be thinking about that intro hook. The first 30 seconds are extremely important and we want to get them to watch even up to a minute because once they do, then they're going to buy in to the rest of the video. And when you're leading with lists, that's why listicles are just a great default, is people want to know what the next one is. All right. So with that being said, let's move into the next one. Number 4, a free resource. We want to trade something in exchange for their email address. You might have noticed I already did this and I already did it earlier. So I talked about our top outlier titles. Well, you can get access to those by doing what? What did I say? Just comment hooks down below and then we'll send it to you. That right there is me giving you a free resource, which also though, it talks about one of the things, one of the tips in this video and why it's extremely important. But now what I want to do is I want to give you something that's going to make that even easier for you. And for us, it's giving you that swipe copy. So this way here, you can look at it and you can then rearrange it to fit your niche. And we've had people that have had thousands of views come in after they are using those. So that's something that we know is valuable. So you want to give something, you want to trade something in exchange for their email address, and then you can build that trust. We call it KLT, know, like, and trust. Extremely important, especially when you're trying to sell stuff, right? So moving on to the 5th and final, and that is the content value sandwich. I just came up with this the other day and I love it because think about this for a second. When you came into this video, you saw that I dove right into the very first thing. That's the top part of that sandwich. Okay. So that's the thing. We're going to dive right into it. You get a really, really good, a good bun on that sandwich. And that's that piece of content. So that's part 1 of the content. Now, if you noticed in the middle of the sandwich, that's where I put in that call to action. The call to action is me mentioning that free resource. Okay, so I could have waited to the end, but I might have lost some people in that content. So I want to make sure that I get that in there, I'd say within the first 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so that's the second part of the sandwich. That's the middle part. The bottom part of that is to complete the content that you are giving them. So you want to deliver on the rest of that. So that's how we can take the content and we can sandwich in that call to action. But the call to action in there that gives away that free resource, it needs to make sense. And in this case, titles are extremely important, because if you don't have good titles, you're not going to signal the algorithm. You're not going to signal your audience. You're not going to have any traffic. So you're not going to be able to sell anything. So it's extremely important. So that's the fifth thing, is the content value sandwich. Now, I do have a bonus tip for you. So if you stuck around to the end here, I've got a bonus tip for you. And that is, posting consistently is key to increase your chances of selling more on YouTube. If you just post one video a month, let's face it, you've got one chance at it. If you post once a week, you've got 4 chances at it. I like to post 2 to 3 times per week, because that increases the chances of us being able to get in front of our audience. But the kickback that I always get is, Scott, I don't have a lot of time. How can I do that? I'm going to be spending 3 hours, 6 hours between recording and editing. And guess what? I came up with a system, a little hack that I've been using. And actually, this video was created from it. And that is where I'm able to only spend 1 hour per week, create all the content for the week, and I'm done. And if you'd like to see how that is done in real time, watch that video next. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing, and you'll actually see a real live example of me creating a week's worth of content. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. Cut.
Boom. What'd you think of that?
Good.
If you're new here, what'd you think about that?
What'd you think, guys?
That's one done. We got one more to go. While you're taking a break for a second, re-energizing. I'm going to answer this real quick. So, not really a question, but I kind of want to clarify something. So, Get Ducked, you've been on our lives a lot, and I appreciate it. So I want to clarify something that you said. So you said, but outlier titles don't last long as far as drawing in people, because either it gets picked up and becomes every third video you see, or it doesn't bring in views and disappears. Okay. Here's the thing though. And I don't agree with you. Like, I see what you're trying to say, which is, if you just do outlier titles, you're just going to show up in browse, and then after browse, it's going to hit a shelf, and then you're done. Okay. Which, could that happen? Absolutely. Okay. It could happen. Here's the thing though. As long as you are creating content in your title, you are still targeting a specific part of the niche. It's not the reason why videos go up and then just plateau. Majority of the time is it's not hitting any specific niche, or it's not hitting a specific problem in a niche, and it's more generalized. And so when it's generalized, it's either something like an entertainment video, for example. Yeah, it's going to be up and viral the first week or whatever, but then after that, it just dies out because no one cares about that anymore, right? They're on to the next thing. But if you create content that is something that's still going to apply a year later or 2 years later, those videos are going to do better. So for example, let's just go to our YouTube content when we were posting stuff for YouTube stuff, right? If we're talking about an update, okay, and the update was something from 2023, let's say 2 years ago, and we did a video in 2023 of an update of something that happened, and then right now it's 2025. That video is probably not going to get any views because that's 2023. It's outdated. Right. So that's an example of, it will flatten out. Okay. But let's go away from that and do this. If I started a channel in 2024, I'd do this. Okay. For 2024, that video is going to be pretty relevant. Right. Here's the thing I can do. And if you watch any of these bigger channels, kind of like Think Media or any of them, right? Simple thing they do. Sean takes the same video, that same exact video, and all he does is he slaps update on it and puts a couple different cuts on it. It's the same exact video because he's preaching the same thing. Now, he might put in an extra part here or there or something that is an update, but it's the same thing. So you can also take the same content and then just redo it again or talk about it again and just make it in an updated form. I'll give you another example. What was the title of this live today? Where'd you hear that from? We already had that, right? Now, let's go back to that though. In that title, that had nothing to do with a time period, right? And here's the thing. that video took off for the first month, it's still taking off. We're still getting some, it depends on the day. It goes up and down, but some days we'll be getting, 50 to 100 views an hour. It just fluctuates. But that one was an outlier title. That had nothing to do with, a search term or anything like that. But and here's the thing. You can't always, yes, we can try our best to try to predict what the algorithm's going to do. But if you don't take swings, you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? You gotta keep taking swings. So one video that you think is going to have a long shelf life, it might die. It might plateau. The one that you thought was going to plateau might keep going. We have a video talking about titles from back in, when was it? September of last year, almost a year old. That one's still getting us comments and leads every day. And that wasn't intended for right now. We didn't think yes, it was intended for now, but we didn't think yeah, that's still going to take off. Right. Yeah. So it's you can't go in there thinking oh, I'm just doing outlier titles just to get reach for the first week and then it's going to die. No, because what we preach, especially now, because we're catering more towards, business owners and stuff. We're planting seeds. So the video right now, I don't care if a month from now, or not even, we'll say 7 months from now, it gets 10 views a day, but it brings in a lead a day. That's worth it for us.
Yep.
So that's my whole thing on that. So outlier titles, I still believe in outlier titles. I don't think there's any reason not to use them, because you're giving yourself the best chance to get a push.
Yep. All right. We got to get rocking and rolling here. You're really talkative today.
Hey, just kind of clarify a little bit. All right. Listen, that's what our fans love. They love that that we get. And speaking of that, do we call them fans, tribe? We haven't come up with a name yet.
Yeah, I know. I think it's got to be like a tribe. We can't go. I don't want to go fans.
But we sounds we say true 100 or true 1000. That's what I'm saying.
True. That's true. It's our core.
What do you guys think? Come up with a name. All right. You go to the second video.
Yeah, we're gonna hit this next. We're gonna hit this next one. What'd you say?
Did I give you enough break time?
Yeah, I almost fell asleep.
Last time you got on my butt about that. So
Now, see, guys, this is why we can do this late in this, because no one's really gonna see this unless they watch 52 minutes of this live. If you are watching this, we appreciate you, and let us know that you're part of the 52 crew. Say 52 crew down below if you're still here. 52 crew. I think crew sounds better than fans, Scotty.
Yeah, crew.
I like crew. I like crew. It's cool.
Crew.
Right? It's crew. Crew some. No, that's a different song. Yeah. So let us know in the comments.
Before you start, can you show us our next title?
Yeah. You want me to show you that?
Yeah. I want the people to see again, because not everyone's going to see this.
All right. So it's my stress-free content strategy to hit 1 million using YouTube. Okay.
I like that.
All right.
I like that. Wow. Who came up with that title? All right. Anyway, go ahead and shoot this.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. All right.
All right. Signing off.
Signing off. All right. Here we go. All right. I got to just prep here just a little bit. That's all. All right. All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you my stress-free content strategy that we're using to hit $1 million in this business using YouTube, organic YouTube, no ads, no Facebook ads, no YouTube ads. This is all organic. And a lot of times people think that, well, you got to spend hours every single week on content. I didn't want to have to do that. I'm going to share a story with you on how this strategy was born and how it has allowed me to do multiple 6 and 7 figures now since I've started using this. So if you don't have time or just don't feel like recording or spending 6 hours a week editing videos, this is going to change the game for you. Here's the big thing. Consistency. Consistency is key. And that is the big takeaway here I want you to realize, and I'm going to share a quick story with you. Back in 2014, I started a podcast and a YouTube channel for another business. It was called Brand Creators. I committed to 3 days per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I did that for 9 years. And that did several 7-figure years just from that. Now, to be honest, it was exhausting, and I did get burnt out a little bit. My health started to take a little bit of a hit, and my wife said, we got to figure something out here. And so I did. And then I asked myself, how can I still create 3 videos a week and not get burnt out? Then, so I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, okay, how can I batch record? Everyone talks about batch recording, but I don't want to sit down and shoot 3 videos, because then when I do that, I'm always still going to spend a lot of time, because then I'm like starting and stopping, starting and stopping. You've probably done that. Is it just me, or have you like started a video and then you're like, I don't like the way that sounds. Let me do it again. And then you do it again. And then, I don't like the way that sounds. Just me? Let me know that in the comments. Is that something that you've done? Because I know I have, and it's crazy. It's terrible. So with that being said, I decided to go live every single week. And I was kind of already doing this, but I said, you know what if I could treat my live stream as a batch recording session? The difference is I'm going to have a live audience. Now, when you first start, you might have one person, you might have no one there, but when you click live, there's no start and stop. You have to keep going. Now, you can stop and then do a quick edit if you want to, but I like to pretend I can't. And this here, that one little unlock, it just changed everything for me. And I did that in my other business for 2 years, and it worked great. I would show up for an hour, sometimes 90 minutes. Sometimes I'd go a little bit longer because I'd record an extra video in there, or I'd be engaging with the audience. So it's a great community builder as well. So we were able to take 1 hour and turn it into 3 to 4 videos. Yes, 3 to 4 videos from 1 hour, sometimes 90 minutes. All right. Now I'm doing it again, building this channel, this business in live video school. Right now, we started to adopt that same strategy here because, to be honest with you, I started to feel that burnout again with this channel. And I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? So I decided to do that exact strategy. And I want to walk you through the 5 steps that we are using to use this strategy. So let's get into it. Number 1, we are creating the main topic for the live stream. The live stream has a main topic. So when you schedule that, we usually schedule it the morning of, and then that will have a main topic. That main topic is going to be a title that we also do research on to make sure that it's going to perform well. So we're always leading with the title. All right. But number 1 is we create the main topic of the live stream. The second thing we are doing is we're creating 2 to 3 subtopics, and we're using what we call outlier titles. These are titles that have been proven to work either for ourselves or for other creators. And all we're doing is we're modeling that. It could be one from a different niche. It could be within our niche, and then we're going to put our own spin on it. But outlier titles, that has been a huge game changer for us because now I know exactly what the video is going to be about. So remember, we are planning before we're going live, and we're being strategic about it. Now, I mentioned outlier titles. They are extremely important. If you struggle with titles, a lot of people do, we did, but then what I did is I created a little cheat sheet, a little swipe copy where I'm able to go back and look at these outlier titles. And now we give them to our students and our clients. If you'd like to get 10 of our top performing titles, this way here, you can kind of get started quicker. Just go ahead and put hooks in the comments down below, and I'll send you a copy of that swipe file. We also turned those into templates, and we gave you multiple examples showing how they're being used in multiple niches. If you want that, just put hooks in the comments down below, and we'll send you a copy. All right, moving on to the third part here, and that is we create the outline with bullets. I am not scripting these. This is off the cuff. I am not preparing other than I am looking at the bullets. Right now, I am at bullet number, well, in this sequence, number 3, creating the outline with bullets, 3 to 5. I have a little note there for me to talk about that. When you are prepared, now I don't have to think so much. I can just go, okay, I need to talk about that, and I need to share with the audience, you, what has to be done there. All right. So that's the third thing, is create that outline with bullets. The fourth thing, go live. This is where we are going to go live. And what we do is we pick the same day every single week. One thing I want to underscore here is, yes, we want to be consistent, but we also want to set a date and a time that you are going to be consistent. All right. You want to make sure that you pencil that in. No, ink that in. Put it in ink. All right. And that's the one thing, if I go back to 2014 that I did, I said every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And actually, we were posting at like 6 a.m. in the morning. We had them scheduled. And every single week, like clockwork, for 9 years, we did that. All right. Every single week. And now we're doing the same thing here with this channel, is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And generally, right now we're testing times, but we're right around 10 a.m. Eastern time. So know that when you are doing it, you are locked in. Again, for our live streams, right now we're doing Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's like clockwork. We're going to show up. Whether anybody shows up or not, we're showing up because that's our recording day. All right. So moving on. Number 5, we're going to download the HD video and we're going to do some simple edits. And the reason why I say HD video, when we're using a streaming service, we're using StreamYard. If you're interested in using StreamYard, we've got a link in the description. And yes, you'll buy us a cup of coffee, which would be nice. We love that coffee. But what we get to do now with a service like StreamYard is we're also recording this in high quality video. It's, if the internet becomes unstable, it might look unstable on the live stream, but behind the scenes, we're recording it on our computer. Zoom does a similar thing, but I have found that StreamYard gives a really, really high quality. They even do 4K. All right. So that's what we're doing there. Once we're done with that, we can now do some very simple edits. And if you look at any of our videos, this one right here, very simple edits. There's not a lot to it. Okay. So each video now, after we're done, is going to have its own packaging. It's going to have its own title, which we've already created, and it's going to have its own thumbnail. Now that's a dedicated video. Now, because we were able to do this all in one batch, those videos are going to be their own individual assets. And yes, we're going to have a live stream that's going to be, I don't know, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. And then we're going to take that and we're going to let it ride. We're going to let that do its own thing. That's why we started with the main topic, going back to the beginning there. All right. So that's it. 1 hour is what we're spending, 1 week's worth of content for us. But if you're creating one video a week, you could literally get a month's worth done in an hour to 90 minutes. All right. So if you want to see this in action, if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about and how we do our starts and our stops, well, watch this video right here, because it's a full version of us doing a live stream, recording all of our videos for the week. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. Cut.
Boom. Content done for the week.
And Scott is done. Checked out. I just punched the clock and I am done for the week. No, not really, but I mean, kind of.
Awesome. We had some people in here put 52 crew.
Nice.
We
gotta get a shirt that says 52 crew or something.
4. Yeah. Awesome. Does this course you're doing go into lives? What do you mean? Like, do we talk about lives? Is that what
I think I know what they're saying, and I'm going to answer that, because here's the thing. And I was thinking about this, Scotty, because again, I forget who it was that we were talking to, but we were talking about, how you're creating a course, you're getting it ready. August 18th, you're going to launch it. We haven't created any of this content yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we create it on the fly. Mm-hmm. And I like doing it that way too. It gives you, again, kind of like doing a live, it makes you have to get it done. And so it kind of forces you to get it done. But also it allows you to be more flexible. So I was thinking about it, like one of the things that we are going to be doing inside this 6 week is I am going to be going through our content machine, which is basically how to do exactly what we're talking about. So there will be a full session on what we're talking about here for sure. And again, just to be totally transparent with you guys, like that program is going to be it's a more expensive program, but we're spending 6 weeks with you. Every week we're there with you at least once a week. And we're giving you two one-on-one calls. But the other thing is, and this is the cool thing, is we can take that sliver, right? That one piece that we're going to teach, we can break that thing off. I don't know, sell it for $100 and it'd be totally worth it. And then from there, that would also get you to possibly be interested in our 6-week Steady Leads Accelerator, right? Yeah. So that is something that we're going to be teaching. I've already thought of that, because part of our content machine that we build to feed the flywheel is we got to create content every single week, and we don't want to be like burn out from it. So that's a hack to be able to do it. So yes.
Awesome. Let's see. when I started incorporating moments dedicated for the edited video into my live streams, my audience loved it. They get the behind the scenes experience. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So like right now, you guys are getting that behind the scenes. The people that watch just the main video on Wednesday
They won't
and
get it.
Friday, they're not getting that. And so
No.
that's what, and I want to kind of go back to that a little bit because you mentioned it earlier, Dad. That like some, like our average on our lives is probably like 14 minutes, right? So people aren't seeing the 20 minutes, right? Or the video that starts at 20 minutes. Now, obviously, there's a good amount of you in here that have, okay? So, well, let's put that into perspective, right? If I post this video, which we are, I post the one that we did in the middle of this, and I post it Wednesday, okay? Even if, okay, listen, we only had 20 something on. Okay. And I don't care if you only have 2 on. We've done it with only 2 on. It doesn't matter. This is your content to get done.
Yep.
But even if, let's just say I could have 500, 1,000 people on. Even if I had that, I would still post it on Wednesday because here's the thing. Every time you put a video out, 80% plus is new people who's never either watched your content or they never watched that video or they've never even seen a live stream of yours.
No.
So the chances of someone seeing it for the second time is of those people, right? So like of you guys in here, I guarantee there's probably, I'm going to guess between 8 to 10 that watch this far in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 to 10 people are going to see that on Wednesday and Friday. And here's the thing. A lot of people, which you've gotten a lot of comments on brand creators on this too, is people say, Scott, I love that you did kind of like an edited version of this, so I don't have to watch the full the full live stream on Monday. I could just watch the condensed version of it on Wednesday or Friday. Some people like that as well too. So that when they want to go back and reference it, they don't have to go searching through it, right? So like, don't let that stop you from going forward and putting all that content out on the live stream. Thrive After 40 with Misty. If I'm covering pretty specific subjects like the root causes of hair loss, inflammation on the gut and scalp, calcification, etc., how do I stay in the authority but be human?
I'll tell you how. You basically just be you. You be you and be transparent, and you don't have to play off that you're the authority. You're going to let hopefully you have results from people that's going to basically show your authority. And then you saying like, we've got someone in the 6-week program, Kathleen, who's, she's been not a therapist, but she's been not a life coach either. What am I looking for here? Like a spiritual coach. She's been a spiritual coach for 30 years. Right. Mm-hmm. So for her to say, like, I was just working with a client last week and she was struggling with this, and this is the thing that I used as an exercise for her to do. And I'm thinking it might help you. Right. Mm-hmm. So by me just saying, I have a client that I worked with last week, they know client pay you money. That must make you an authority. Mm-hmm. So there's ways that you can do that and kind of flex without flexing. And I'll just say, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, and Misty, just to let you know, like, you're covering hair loss for women over 40. That's massive. And like, we always talk about, like, you should be going after a specific problem that you can help someone with, that they are either laying awake at night because they're worried about it, or that they're excited about it. So what I mean by that is, if you're teaching piano, someone's like, I can't wait to go to my lesson tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm so excited. I can't wait to get home from work so I can practice my piano. Or you're laying awake going like, I got to figure out this hair loss thing. I mean, every time I wash my hair, I keep seeing more in the drain, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, right. Like, that's where you come in. So anyway, I just wanted to say, like, you are like in a great market, a great niche, because it's a real problem. Mm-hmm. And that is, again, like, if you're coaching people in that and helping people with that, that is something that we definitely would be able to help you with. So I'm not sure if you requested the group coaching, but that's good if you are.
And I want to say this too, like, as far as the like authority aspect, even if, okay, let's just say you're just getting into coaching, teaching, any of this, getting clients, any of that, right? Let's say you don't have them to share right now. You can still put yourself in a position to be an authority by simply showing results of either you or a friend or whoever you've helped. Doesn't necessarily need to be a client. It can even just be like, because that's where the transparency comes and that's where the authenticity comes. So like for you, it could even be like, guys, I struggled with, hair loss for, 2 years, and I, did research for whatever, those 2 years, and the results that happened for me, I went from this to this, and you can show before and after or whatever. And then my friend asked me about it and I shared it with my friend, and then boom, 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 boom. So right there, like you're already showing an authority in a different way that still it's like you've gotten results. Because at the end of the day, people don't care unless they see results, whether it's for yourself, a friend, a client. They need the proof. Okay. So in order to get that authority, you need that proof. And that's another way too, where it's like, even just telling your own story and sharing that stuff, it also, it takes you down from this expert to, oh, I relate with this person. This person just trying to help me and look out for me. They're not trying just to sell me on stuff. Right. And it's even like when we started this channel, like the first thing we didn't have clients that we helped with YouTube and how to grow them on YouTube. All we shared was the proof of what we've done on another channel and how we were able to grow that, and now how we're doing on this. And then what ended up happening, we started opening up some coaching. Now we got testimonials and we got results from clients. Now we shared that, and then boom, now we're starting to grow that. Now I'm pretty sure you said you already have clients or patients. So
yeah,
you're already
look at that. I mean, already have hundreds of patients, and YouTube is weird making claims. They are, and you have photos. Like
that's perfect.
You've got the winning ingredients. Like you don't have to
honestly,
wait.
You're in a great niche.
Yeah,
great
niche. That's a super great niche. And yeah, I mean, yeah, like you could, if you're not yet utilizing YouTube to bring you in leads, and I don't know what you charge for that, but I'm sure people are willing to pay a good amount of money to have help with their hair loss. Like, man, I mean, look at the industry for like just other things that people are paying for, like lipo and like, tummy tucks and like, all kinds of things like Botox, like all that stuff, because their appearance is huge to them. So yeah, I mean, you're in a really, really in a good niche, and it's great that you can help people. I think that's the other thing, right? Like Scotty, you and I talk about it. It's like, yes, we are helping other coaches and course creators and consultants. We're helping them. And yes, we're charging money for our services. But the thing is if we can help them, if we can help her reach more of her clients to help them, and then they're happy and she gets more case studies, we're helping people in an indirect way. Like to me, that's what it's all about for us. It's like impact. Like, it's like, how do we impact more people, not just the people that we are directly helping? Yeah. And I think that's the thing,
And I think that's you've taught me that even growing up. That's just always what it is giving the value to the people that you're trying to help, and really focus on the help. The money will come. Right. Yeah. And it's like, if you really think about it too, like, yeah, for some of our coaching stuff, like, yeah, we charge like somewhat of a premium compared to, other people. But here's the thing. What we're creating right now, as far as for the business stuff, for the Steady Leads Accelerator, is a flywheel, right? So this is something that after your little investment or whatever, number one, you're going to get that back, and then after that, you're just making money on that for the business, and then on top of that, you're all these people are in niches that are helping people. So now you're impacting more people because you're having more reach and you're being able to work with more people and have more results and this and that, and it's like one hand washes the other, right? We're helping each other out. So it's like you're helping us get testimonials of how we're helping people, and then we're helping, you guys are helping your own clients and all of that. And it just keeps going, right? Yep. So it's like there is so much opportunity in the coaching space for anyone. And it's just like looking into
Sean,
that. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead.
Yep. That's Jim Rohn. You get paid for bringing value to the marketplace.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. And just to be clear on this too, Misty, this is not a course. So I don't like to position this as a course. This is literally us meeting once a week. And again, this is a beta group that we're doing. This is the first time we're doing this cohort. And we're only taking up to 10. We have 8 spots filled. We have 2 left. We're closing applications Wednesday night. And then we kick off on Thursday. But this is yes, we're teaching, but we're also like, we're literally working. It's kind of like done with you. It's a true done with you. It's not a go watch the course and we'll answer some questions. That's not what it is. So I just want to be clear with that. It's more of our, like, we're going to be in there with you for at least 6 weeks. I say at least because we may extend it 2 weeks. We might say, you know what, we need 8 weeks.
Yeah.
This is a beta. That's why we're reducing the price on this first round. So yeah, but Missy, I'll look at your email afterwards and I'll send you over the stuff. And then that way there, if you're interested, we'd love to work with you if it's a good fit. And I love the mission that you're on. So yeah. Cool. Yeah. And yeah, it says even better. Yeah. Cause listen, we talked about this the other day. Courses are courses, right? Like not many people finish courses. We don't want to be another statistic, like of someone not completing a course. I want people that are serious about this, that are going to connect. And also you're going to build connections within the community of this small group. Because other people actively trying to, we got a relationship coach, we have a spiritual coach, we have piano, we have a guitar teacher, who might forget. Oh, we've got financial advisor, budgeting, which is really cool. She's awesome.
I don't know if you said we someone with art too.
Yep, someone that is it's a unique type of art and out there helping people with that. So yeah, it's a mix. It's a really nice mix. We're excited about it. It's starting this week. So if you guys are watching this and it's after that, you can still email us, scott@livevideoschool.com, and we're going to have a wait list. And when we open our next one, which might be in 3-ish months, we're not sure. And then we'll let you know when that's available. So, okay. All right, Scotty, I think that's going to wrap it up. We went over today, but that's okay because we said up to 90 minutes. And if we are going to stay longer, Scotty, we might want to squeeze one more video in there. No, maybe one more.
Maybe. It depends how talkative I am. I don't know.
You're very talkative today. I
had my coffee right before. I was ready to go. Cold brew.
Yeah, I know you did. All right, cool. So I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us here today and everyone that made it to the end. And now you are part of the, what are we? We're 17. So that's 60. So that's the 77 crew. Now you're part of the 77 crew.
Oh no.
Put 77 crew down below and we'll know you were here for the entire live stream, or at least this far in. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up. If you guys are interested in that 6-week Steady Leads Accelerator, make sure that you email us, scott@livevideoschool.com. If for some reason it's after the 6th, you can still email us and we'll give you information on when the next cohort will be. And we will be locking in spots for the next cohort. So we will have that date locked down and we will be locking in because we're going to keep it small. These are always going to be small. And so we're going to play right now with 10. We may reduce it down if we think we need to make it smaller. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. And hopefully you got some value. And if you did, smash the like button, leave us a comment, and we'll see you next time. All right, guys, take care. Take action. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
See ya.